Doesn't it just sound like a blast?
Nope.
Oh, alright, here's the good news. You already know how to graph everything, right? We know how to graph lines, we know how to graph parabolas.
Yeah.
The only thing we gotta do today is find out where they intersect. Does that sound fun?
Nope.
Yeah. Alright. You wanna graph lines first? Okay. I have the equation y equals x plus 3.
Up 3.
Up 3. Thank goodness we remember. Up 3. 1, 2, 3. What's my slope? Up 1 over 1. Hopefully, I get some good straight lines today. Kind of. Okay, so far so good. Question: how do I graph parabolas?
I'll get started.
Thanks. How do I graph parabolas? I gotta find my what first? Vertex. I know it's been a while. We got that handy equation. My x-coordinate negative b over 2a. What is my b in this equation?
6.
6. So I got negative 6 on top. What is my a?
1.
1. So I have 2 on the bottom. What does that simplify to? Negative 3. So that's my x-coordinate of my vertex. How do I find the y? Plug it in. So if I plug negative 3 squared in, 9. So I got 9. Negative 3 times 6.
18.
So I got minus 18 plus 9. What does that give me? 0. So my vertex is the point negative 3, 0. Yes? Yes. So I go left 3, not up or down any. Okay. From there, when we have our a of 1, I think most of us caught on to this. From our vertex, we go right 1, up 1. Back from the vertex, we go right 2, up how many? 4. Yeah, 2 squared is 4. So right 2, up 4. And then mimic what you did on the right-hand side to the left hand. So left 1, up 1. Left 2, up 4. And draw our handy parabola. Okay, are we okay graphing parabolas? Okay, now what we gotta do is find the solution. The solution's where they cross. Negative 3, 0. Anything else? Negative 2, 1, yeah. So we have negative 3, 0 and negative 2, 1. How do I know for sure that those are solutions? What can I do? Plug them in just to 1? They have to work in both, okay? So if I plug, let's do this one first, negative 3 in, I get 0. If I plug negative 2 in, negative 2 plus 3 is 1. So the bottom equation works for both of them. What about the top? If I plug negative 3 in here, well, that's what we did. We already know we get 0, right? If I plug negative 2 in, 4 minus 12 plus 9, does that give me 1? Yeah. So these are our solutions. Negative 3, 0 and negative 2, 1.
Wait, so you just have to plug it into this bottom one?
Both of them. If you want to check them, which I would recommend. Okay. Questions? It's not too bad, right? Alright. Let's do the next one. Line first. Line first. Okay. I gotta go up 2. And this time, what's my slope? 3. Go up 3 over 1. Oh boy. Semi-straight. Okay. How do I graph my parabola? Negative b over 2a. What is my b? What?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. What's my a? Negative 1. When I plug it in, I get negative 2. So my x, I like decimals if you like fractions, that's fine. My x is 1.5, right? And that's the x coordinate of what? Yeah, our vertex. What do I do with it? Plug it in. If you don't have a calculator, I would get one because squaring 1.5 is not the most fun. Well, that's squared, yeah. Yeah, plug it in the whole thing. Anybody have an answer?
3.75.
No. 1.5 squared is what?
2.25.
2.25, so negative 2.25 plus what's 3 times 1.5? 4.5 plus 2, so what's 6.5 minus 2.2.5?
4.25.
Okay, so plot our vertex. I know it's not nice, but that's okay.
Wait, how'd you get from
You plug your 1.5 into x of r quadrant.
Would that be a negative or would it be positive?
That's a nice.
So like you go like that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So like you squared, then apply your negative. Okay, now what I would do in this instance, since our vertex isn't at a nice point, is I would plug points in. Okay, so I would find out where 1 is. So I would make a little t-chart, or you can just do it mentally. If I plug in 1, I get negative 1 plus 3 plus 2 is how much? 4. So plot 1, 4. Oops, that's off a little bit. Have I intersected it yet? No. So let's try what else? 0. Okay, if I plug in 0, what do I get out? 2. 0, 2. Have I crossed?
Yeah.
So then we gotta mimic what we do on the right hand side. So plot, mirror what you did, and draw your parabola. Should look something like that. How many intersection points do you think we have? We know for sure 1, right?
2.
Think we have 2? Okay, we know for sure that one, right? 0, 2. So let's plug that in. Just double check. If I plug 0 in here, I get 2. So 2 equals 2. Good. If I put 0 in here, I get 2. So that one's good. Where else do you think it crosses?
-1.
Negative 1, negative 1. Should we try it? If I plug negative 1 in here, do I get out 1? Or no, you said negative 1, right?
Yeah.
If I plug in negative 1 here, do I get out negative 1? Negative 3 plus 2 is 1. I do get negative 1. What about up here? If I plug negative 1 in, I would get negative 1 minus 3 plus 2. Does that work? Is that negative 1? No. So how many times did you cross? Just once. Always check if you're not sure. This time we just crossed once. Questions there?
Can I try to start off?
What?
Can I try to start off?
Quit being weird. Alright. Plot the next one. If I plot my line, where am I going? Where do I start my line? Down 3. My slope's 1. How do I plot my parabola? Negative b over 2a. So I get 2 over 2. No? Yeah? Then what do I do with my 1? Plug it in. What do I get out?
No.
1 minus 2 plus 1. 0. So my vertex is 1, 0. From there, you notice this is a positive 1. So I can go right 1, up 1, right 2, up 4, and mirror on our left side. What's the solution? Isn't 1, because why? They don't touch. No solution. If they don't cross, no solution. Okay. Solving by graphing, okay? Not too bad? Okay. Next way we're going to solve is by substitution. We all know how to substitute, I know that. I have the equations y equals negative x squared minus 3x plus 10 and y equals x plus 5. What do I do with the 2? If they're both equal to y, I can set those two equal, right? Yeah? I can plug x plus 5 in for y up here, right? Let's do that. X plus 5 equals negative x squared minus 3x plus 10. I like my x squared positive, so I'm going to move everything to the left. So that makes it x squared. If I bring my minus 3x over, what does that make my x? 4x. Good. If I bring my 10 over, what happens to my positive 5? Negative 5. Good. Okay. I think we talked about this yesterday, 2 days ago. Easiest way first, we always want to check, is to see if we can just factor it into our 2 parentheses right away. Can I do that here? No? 2 numbers don't multiply to negative 5, add to 4? Yeah, like what? 5 and 1, yeah. Which one has to be positive? 5. X plus 5. X minus 1. That foils out to work, right? Okay. From there we get our x's, right? each equal to 0, what would this x be? Negative 5. What would this x be? 1. Are we okay through there? Okay. I just have the x values, right? I need the y's. You want to plug it into the top equation or the bottom? What a good choice. Okay, if I plug negative 5 in here, what do I get out? 0. So I have the point negative 5, 0. If I plug 1 in, what do I get out? 6. So I have 0.16. Those are my two solutions. What should I do if I want to be sure they're right? Plug them in where? Top one. I know they're working the bottom. Plug them in the top. I get negative 25 plus 15 plus 10. That one works. Plug in 1, negative 1, minus 18 plus 10. Or no, not minus 18. Holy moly. Negative 1 minus 3 plus 10 is 6, yeah? So do they both work? Yeah. Those are our two solutions. Questions there? No? None? Okay, same thing. What's my first step on solving these equations? Set them equal to each other. So x plus 3 equals x squared minus 4x plus 3. Then what should I do? Move them to the right. So I get 0 on the left, x squared minus 3. I trusted you, Molly. Then what? Bada. Right? 3 minus 3 is 0. Did I factor that easy? Yeah? No? Can I pull something else they have in common? Like x? If I pull out x, what's left? X minus 5. So that means my x values are what? 1 and 0?
1 and 5.
X equals 0 and x equals 5. Am I done? No, what do I gotta do? Figure out y. Put them in the bottom, that's a lot easier. So my point, 0, 3, and 5, 8. If you want to be absolutely sure that they work, plug them in. If you plug in 0 here, yes, you get 3. 25 minus 20 plus 3 is 8. So yes, they both work. Ready for the last one? Alright, what's my first step? Set them equal to each other. X plus 4 equals negative x squared minus 7x plus 2. Move it to the left. Can I put them in parentheses? No. What should I use?
All the negative.
Yeah, that negative b thing. Quadratic formula. What's my? What's b? What's c? 2. Do you guys memorize that formula yet? simplify our square root. 64 minus 8 gives me how much?
56.
56. Can I simplify the square root of 56? 4 and 14. So 56 is 4 and 14. When I pull out the 4, do I leave it as a 4? No, what does it become? 2, good. So I have 2 square roots of 14 over 2. Let's simplify one more way. If I divide everything by 2, I'm left with, good. Now, those are my x's. Okay?
Wait, did you take me to have a 14 when it turns to 7?
No, you do not divide your square root. You leave the square root. Okay, so that means my points are -4 plus square root of 14, comma something, and -4 minus square root of 14 something. Right, those are my two x values. Okay, I know they look super ugly, but if you plug them into that bottom one, if I add 4 to -4, what do I get out? 0. So I'm just left with the square root of 14. And here, if I add 4, I'm just left with the negative square root of 14. I probably wouldn't check those in a quadratic. But you can do it if you want to.
Where did you get the y?
Plug it in your x, like whatever you get for your x value.
Oh.
I'd plug it in the linear one just because
Alright.
it's a lot easier. Okay. Questions?
Comments?
None.
Concerns?
Do you have some concerns?
No. I think